Hey guys, Eddie Rhino here, and welcome to my channel. So today what we're gonna talk about is lower back pain and some reasons why you are experiencing lower back pain when it comes to the gym in your everyday life. So everything that I tell you guys is pretty much everything that I'm experiencing. So this is not something that I'm just regurgitating that somebody else said, you know what I mean? This is something that I've experienced myself. So when it comes to lower back issues and stuff like that, like lower back pain and stuff like that, there's many things that are the reasons why you're experiencing lower back pain. So for example, when you're deadlifting, is your back rounding? You know, are you a little bit of rounding when you're deadlifting is gonna happen, because it's almost impossible to literally keep a perfectly rounded back when you're trying to lift heavy and you're trying to bring up your numbers and get stronger. It's really hard, you know what I mean? A little bit of rounding is all right, you know what I mean? You can try your best to set your back and everything, but a little bit of rounding is bound to happen, you know? But if it's a crazy amount of rounding, you know what I mean, where it's just whoa, you didn't even try to keep your back in a neutral position, then obviously that's not good, you know what I mean? So yeah, when you're deadlifting, are you keeping a neutral back, you know what I mean? When you're squatting, are you experiencing butt wink? And this used to happen to me a lot when I first started lifting. I remember when I first started lifting, I pretty much got myself up to where I was almost doing 2 plates. And to me at the time, that was so impressive to me, you know what I mean? Oh my god, 2 plates, you know what I mean? I felt like the baddest man in the gym. It was a gym here in Canada called Fit for Less. And so basically, the whole time that I was building my squat up and everything like that, I was experiencing a lot of butt wink. But anyways, so I was experiencing butt wink, and imagine I'm building myself up. I pretty much started from 25-pound plates on each side, and I built myself up all the way almost up to 2 plates. So imagine I was doing that the whole time with butt wink the whole time. So what would happen was I'd finish squatting and everything, and I'd have a little bit of lower back pain, but not that much. But what would happen was, due to the butt wink and me not keeping my my lower back in a safer position, where I was squatting pretty much where I was just below my hips, or is it hips? Below my just below parallel, that's what I mean, just below parallel, I was pretty much doing butt wink the whole time. And what would happen was, for example, when I went to go play basketball, my lower back would give out and I'd be in so much pain. Or when I went to go play soccer, my lower back would be in so much pain, and I was like, why does my lower back hurt so much? Why? And then, I started looking things up and doing some research, and I came to find out, obviously, it's because I was doing butt wink. I wasn't squatting properly, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I had to fix that, and that helped to alleviate my issues when it came to, squatting and then going to play sports and stuff. I wasn't experiencing those lower back issues. Another reason you could be experiencing back pain is, are you stretching? I mean, guys, you don't want to be that typical bro lifter who doesn't, stretch, and who's oh yeah, I'm big and buff, and I don't need to be flexible or anything, I just need to be strong. You don't want to be that guy, you know what I mean? You want to be that person who is able to not only lift that heavy weight, but is also flexible and stuff like that. Somebody that I see who was like that is Juju Mufu and stuff like that. That dude he's strong and he's also flexible, right? And that's something that I'm going for as well, you know what I mean? And I think another guy's like Gregory Scott Fitness or something, like that calisthenics guy. Like he's super strong, but he's also flexible as well. That's another dude. But yeah, like, are you stretching? Like for me, what I like to do is, as human beings, we don't stretch enough, right? So what I like to do is like in my morning routine, I like to stretch for maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Right off the bat, like just get it going, get it done. You know what I mean? Like today, for example, I did like a full body stretch where I stretched everything. I stretched my side, I stretched my shoulders, my hamstrings, everything. You know what I mean? So stretching is a must. It's a must. And the parts of stretching that you really need to focus on are your hamstrings, because everything in your body is connected. Think about it. Your lower back is right next to your hamstring. So if you're experiencing lower back issues, it more often than not has to do with the fact that you have tight hamstrings, which is me, which is what I experience, because and that's something that I'm trying to fix right now. How I'm trying to like basically alleviate my lower back pain with hamstring stretching and stuff like that. But not only that, like also like hip stretching too, because like we sit so much and stuff like that, right? So it's just like you need to also stretch out your hips and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, so we have exercises in the gym. So we have the deadlift, the squat. Other exercises that can also hurt your lower back is like dumbbell RDLs if you don't do it right? If your back is rounding and stuff like that. And that's also connected with stretching. If you're more flexible, you will be able to get in better positions when you're doing, for example, like a dumbbell RDL. Like for example, my girlfriend, she can pretty much do a dumbbell RDL and touch the dumbbells all the way to the floor, right? And that has to do with her hamstring flexibility and stuff like that. What else? What other exercises are like really like bad for your lower back if you don't do them right? Honestly, guys, pretty much every exercise in the gym is bad for your lower back if you don't do it properly. Even pull-ups. If you don't like keep your core tight, your glutes tight, that could hurt your lower back too, right? What else? But I'm just trying to like explain to you guys like the big ones, you know, the ones where you see a lot of like back rounding and stuff like that. So like I was saying, it's the squat, the deadlift. What else? Dumbbell RDLs. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But another reason that your lower back could be in pain as well, and this is also what I'm finding out, is okay, like I was doing Westside Barbell, like the way they train for a while, and what I realized was when I was doing the Westside Barbell routine, the conjugate method, I never had lower back issues. So I went from initially having lower back issues when I was training and I was doing like butt wink when I was squatting and stuff like that initially, to training Westside and then not having any back issues at all. And I realized the reason that was occurring was because with Westside, they emphasize the lower back a lot. So on leg days, on max effort lower days, I always start with a lower back movement. So that would be like a reverse hyper, that would be like good mornings, that would be like hyper extension, just anything like that. And what that did was it strengthened my lower back. And this is a big one. This is a big one. A lot of you have issues with your lower back because your lower back is not strong, right? Your lower back is not strong enough, you know what I mean? Like when I was doing Westside and I was training my lower back every single week and stuff like that with like heavy weight and also like lightweight, because we'd have the max effort lower days where like you were pretty much like you would work up to like maybe like a 3 rep max on a good morning and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then you'd have like a dynamic effort day where it'd be like more higher reps, you know what I mean? Like maybe like 20 to 30 reps or something to just pump blood into that area, that lower back area and stuff like that. I never had issues. I never had issues with my lower back or anything. And like yesterday I was just like thinking about it, and I was doing legs yesterday, and I'm pretty sure like my form was good on like all my exercises, and like I was just getting a lot of lower back issues. And then I started thinking back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, when I was doing West Side I never had issues. So what I did was, after my leg day yesterday, what I did was I did hyper extensions. I did 3 sets of 20, and now I'm trying to go back and I want to start to re-strengthen my my lower back and everything like that, along with using proper form in the gym, and along with stretching and stuff like that, especially like hamstrings. Like hamstrings is, I know for a fact, like my hamstrings is a big reason also why that my lower back hurts as well. So making sure like I consistently stretch my hamstrings and stuff like that as well. So like what I was saying with my stretching, like what I like to do is, like, for example, in the morning, in my morning routine, I'll stretch for maybe 10 minutes, and then I try to stretch several times throughout the day. So for example, the morning I would stretch for 10 minutes, then I'd be doing my work. Like right now I'm filming for you guys right now, so after I'm done filming, for example, I would go stretch again, and then like maybe like before bed I'd stretch again, you know what I mean? So like I try to stretch like maybe like 3 times throughout the day for like on average like 10 minutes each time, 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes more. It just depends. It really depends. But also another reason your lower back could be hurting is you have weak glutes, right? And for a lot of people, like activating your glutes, or like feeling your glutes get sore, or making gains in your glutes is hard. And I'm talking to the ladies as well, right? Like you guys are wondering like how is it that, like, how do you get your glutes to grow, to get stronger, and to grow bigger? So I had the same issue, and what I started doing was I started doing pre-activation. So pretty much what that entails is, for example, like I would do clamshells with a band on my legs, right? And I would do it for like 45 seconds before my like leg days. Or like I would do like a glute bridge for 45 seconds again on my leg days before I worked out. And I found that, like, because we sit so much, I found that like woke up my my glutes. So when I went to go hit glutes and stuff like that, or do like my exercise, like my squat, my dumbbell RDLs, all of that, the next day my glutes are sore, and I know that they've been worked, right? Excuse me, guys. So yeah, like pre-activation is huge. Yeah, clamshells, that's what I do. Clamshells, they help a lot. I really feel my glutes burning when I do those. A glute bridge as well is also a great one as well, for 45 seconds each. One set of 45 seconds each is good. What else? Your abs are weak as well, so that's another thing. It goes back to what I was saying earlier, guys, that everything in your body is connected, right? So your core is weak. If you have a weak core, that's why when it comes to like powerlifting and stuff like that, they emphasize the core. Because think about it, when you're squatting, you go like, and then you draw that deep air into your belly, right? And that deep air, what it does is it protects your spine, right? And where is your spine? By your lower back, right? So if you have a weak core, then your spine is not going to be protected, right? So you have to emphasize on ab exercises. So whether that's like for me right now, I'm doing like rope crunches, for example, or like leg lifts. Honestly, just any ab exercises. Like the exercises that I feel like really like work me are rope crunches and like plate transfers. Like where you're like lying on the floor, and then you pass it to your legs, and then you pass it back to your hands, and then guys, I suggest that you don't look towards like going to the doctor and getting medication and doing all that stuff. Like, guys, there's pretty much damn near nothing on this planet that you can't fix naturally. You know what I mean? Like, you can pretty much fix anything. So if you're having lower back pain, just try these tips. You know what I mean? Try making sure that you have proper form in all your exercises, whether that's a deadlift, a squat, dumbbell RDL, any of those exercises. Try to make sure you're using the proper form. Make sure that you're stretching, you know, try to stretch several times throughout the day, you know, just for a little bit, little by little, and then that adds up. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here. Try to do that. Try to strengthen your lower back as well, right? So for example, like, I know a lot of gyms don't have it, but at my gym we have something called a reverse hyper. So on Mondays and like Wednesdays, for example, I'll use the reverse hyper and I'll go heavy, and I'll do like 50% of my squat 1 rep max, and I'll go 4 sets of 10, right, to strengthen my lower back. Maybe I'll use it as a warm-up before like I start my training, or I'll do it at the end of my workout. And then on maybe like a Thursday and a Saturday, I'll do lighter weights. So maybe I'll go like 25% of my 1 rep max squat, and I'll do 4 sets of 15 to 20. You see what I mean? Just to strengthen and pump blood to my lower back, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to talk about.